Hello friends, today I'm going to show you how we provide individualized feedback to our students. The most important thing about PTE preparation is you should do the right thing. But how do you know what is the right thing to do? Especially if you're a beginner and you don't have any idea about how PTE scoring works, what are the things you should focus on, how can you know these things? Or how can you find someone who can tell you whether you are doing the right thing or not? Now, computers and different algorithms can tell you where you stand or what you may get in the exam if you appear in the exam right now. But they will not tell you why. They do not give you the reason. So for example, after doing Pearson's mock test, you may get an idea of how much a score you may get in the actual exam, or how much is your pronunciation score and how much is your fluency score. But it will not tell you why your fluency score is that. If you are getting 70, why you are getting 70 and not 80. So what could be the reason for losing a score in fluency or pronunciation? These are the things you can learn only if you sit down with an expert tutor who can tell you, who can look at your work and tell you that you are making this kind of mistakes and you should avoid them to get your score. And then they should be with you in your journey, telling you every time whether you are going in the right direction or not, because you don't want to waste your time doing things which are not going to help you in getting the score. Now, there are a lot of things we can do when we are preparing for English test, which might make us feel that we are learning something. And every day we might feel like, yeah, today I learned this new vocabulary, or I learned the pronunciation of this new word. But the more important thing is, will that be assessed in the exam? Because if that is not going to be assessed in the exam, maybe in the long term, that thing will be beneficial for you. But for the exam, you are not doing the things that you are expected to do, which means you are not going to get the score. So this is where the role of a tutor becomes really important, because these people, these tutors, these experts can tell you whether you are on the right path or not. And that may shorten your journey. It may help you in getting your score more quickly. So in this video, I'm going to analyze describe image answer of one of our students. This student has done describe image, and I'm going to listen to his answer, and this is going to be a real-time feedback. That means I'm going to do this live. Okay, so you can see how we analyze the content question by question and provide students with feedback which can help them in improving their performance in the next question. So let's start. Okay, for the purpose of privacy, I'll not be showing you the name of this student, of course, but let's listen to his answer and find out where he's making mistakes so that he can work on those things. Let's listen to the answer first. So this is the answer audio. Of course, we are going to listen to his answer here. So let's listen to his answer and find out if he has made any kind of mistakes here. And then we'll look into these mistakes from the perspective of the exam. What I mean by that is, I'm not going to say that your pronunciation is wrong or this and that, if from the exam point of view, that is not a problem.
The given image represents population of major European countries in 1997 and 2007. This is a beautiful image and I have to speak for 40 seconds. There are different elements in the image. The elements are represented in countries such as Germany, Spain, France, Italy, Poland, and Turkey. One of the element is maximum, the other one is minimum. There are different trends, variations, and numbers in the image. The numbers are represented in population in millions, such as 30 million, 40 million, and all the way up to 90 million. There are different colors in the image. The different colors are red, yellow, white, and blue. To conclude, the image shows all the information that is required for population of major European countries.
So you can see that he has mostly explained this diagram in the right way. There were not any major problems, but there were a few areas where he could improve himself. The first one is his content. It's not organized. Now, what I mean by that is, although in describe image, you can just talk about the key points given in the image, you have to do it in an organized manner. That means do not just randomly pick the words from the image, go in an order. You can start from the title, then go to the axis, x-axis, y-axis, then go to the lesson, that means 1996 and 2007, and then go inside the image to talk about those bars. But if you start randomly picking up things like sometimes talking about the color and then suddenly going to the numbers and those kind of things, then you might lose a score in content. So it's better to organize the content, and it's not that difficult. You just need to have a style. You can say that I will go in the clockwise direction, or I will go in the anti-clockwise direction. I'll go from the top to the middle to the bottom, or I'll go from the right to the middle to the left, and so on. So just have a system, have a style so that your content looks organized. The reason for this is, if you look at the official score guide, then what Pearson says there is you should know how to organize the content given on the image, and these are some of the possible organization patterns that Pearson recommends, like going from the top to the middle to the bottom and so on. So here, that is the first thing I'm recommending him. The content is not organized, so he should focus on organizing the content, and there should be a pattern there. The rhythm can be improved because he's not stressing on words that much. He's simply going from one sentence to another sentence. So it sounds more like he's reading from the image. Now, that's what you are doing, of course. You are reading from the image, but pretend that you are presenting this information to someone. So what he should do? So he should stress on the important keywords from the image. So what it means is, if you have a template here and you're simply using that template, of course, you are using some words from the template and some words from the image. Whatever words you are using from the image, you should stress on those words. Okay, that will help you in improving your intonation pattern as well as your rhythm. And another thing is, try to speak more clearly by not muffling your voice, because another problem he has in his voice is his voice is a little bit muffled. It's not that clear. So let's listen to it one more time.
The given image represents population of major European countries.
So it feels like he's not opening his mouth much, and if you do that, then your voice tends to be muffled. So that is another thing to keep in mind. This is a very common problem. Many students do this. They speak with their mouth almost shut. And you should not do that because that compromises the clarity. Okay, so overall, how much this person would get if I had to give him a score? In content, I would give him around 3 points. In fluency, I would give him full points because there are no major interruptions anywhere, no hesitations. And in pronunciation, I will give him 3 points again. He will lose 2 points in pronunciation just because his tone is not changing much and he has problem in connected speech. What that means is most of his sentences have not been properly broken into phrases. Let me play the sentence to help you understand that.
1997 and 2007. This is a beautiful image and I have to speak for 40 seconds.
So here it feels like he's breaking the sentence into individual words. So let's say that if he's saying this is a beautiful image and I have to speak for 40 seconds, what he has to do is this is a beautiful image and I have to speak for 40 seconds. So that means he has to break sentence into phrases. Okay, and each phrase should have around 3 to 5 words, roughly. That's not a rule, but that will help you to speak properly. So the other advice I'll give him here is try to speak in phrases as if you are explaining in front of an audience. Okay, so from this discussion, perhaps the things that you may have understood, may have learned is you have to speak as clearly as possible. So try to open your mouth more so that your articulation becomes clear. Try to organize the content so that you are going from one direction to another direction and not jumping from one word to another word or one part of the image to another part of the image. The other thing is when you are speaking, pretend that you're explaining to someone, so there is intonation, variation in your tone, as well as there is rhythm in your speech. In order to bring that in, make a habit of breaking your sentences into phrases and say one phrase at a time. While doing that, stress on the keywords you got from the image. So if I have to explain this image myself, I'll just give you one sentence here for the title. How would I do it? I would say the given diagram shows population of major European countries in 1997 and 2007. So here I stressed on words like major European countries, 1997, 2007. Although I'm saying everything from the image, I'm stressing on these words. So this is how we provide feedback to students. If you think this video was useful for you, please do not forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for watching more videos in the future. In the next video, I'm going to analyze read aloud. I'll show you how read aloud should be done. I help you in understanding what mistakes people usually make and how to avoid that. If you don't want to miss that video, again, subscribe and hit the bell icon.